In this video we're going to model the following part in Autodesk Inventor. These dimensions are in millimeters and it describes a simple part that we're going to make using 3 extrude commands. One command to do the slab base, number 2 to do the tall wall, and number 3 to do the short wall. Let's go over to Inventor and set up our blank scene. In Inventor we're going to go up to File, we're going to go to New. We're going to make sure that we're working in the metric and be sure to select standard millimeter IPT. We'll hit the create button and Inventor quite quickly creates us an empty scene. We're looking at the front of the scene, but we can use the view cube to navigate around the place. Okay, let's look at these drawings then. So we're going to model the slab at the bottom first of all, and we have to make note that it's 70 millimeters long and 40 millimeters wide. And then when we come to extrude it, it's going to be 10 millimeters tall. So in Inventor, we're going to start a new sketch. We're going to sketch on the sort of ground plane. We're going to put in a rectangle, snap to the origin, click once, click twice. Now, some screen controls that you might remember. The middle mouse button, if you press it and slide it around, it's like you can kind of pan and slide around the scene. If you roll the middle mouse wheel, we've got a zoom command. And if at any time you get lost, you press the home button on your keyboard and it will zoom to fit everything on your screen. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because we need to put a couple of sizes in here. We need to get our dimension tool and we need to say that between there and there is going to be a size of 70. Let's type that in and hit enter. We've made it too big to fit in the screen, so let's just zoom out with the mouse wheel until it fits back on. Still with the dimension tool switched on, we're going to go from here to here, and we're going to make that size 40. That's the size of our slab. We hit finish, and we extrude that slab a certain thickness. The thickness you'll remember is 10 millimeters. So over in Inventor, we already find out that just by default Inventor has 10 millimeters typed into this box, which by the way is the exact same amount as is in that box as well. So we'll leave it at 10, we'll click OK, and we've done the first part of our model. We can inspect the model by clicking on the view cube, looking at it from all different sides and all different corners. Let's leave it at that view right here. So our next job is to go ahead and model this tall wall right here. Now we're going to draw it on top of the slab that we've just made. We're going to make like a kind of skinny rectangle along there, and we're going to extrude it up a height of 40. So what other dimensions do we know about? Well, we know that it's 10 millimeters thick, and that it must be this size going from here to here must be the same as the 40 down here. Let's go back to Inventor. We'll start a sketch, click that surface, and then what we do know is if we take a rectangle and we're very careful to snap it to the edges, let it find the edges and snap it down, then we can put a dimension in between there and make that 10. And we don't need to put a dimension in from side to side or top to bottom as it is here, because we've already snapped it to the existing edges. What we do need to make note of is how far along from the edge of the grey bit is this new purple rectangle. Let's take a look at our drawing. We can see that it tells us that it's 20 millimeters along from the edge. So we set in a dimension and we click the edge once, the rectangle a second time, and we plug in that number of 20. We're going to hit finish, and we're going to extrude, and we have to select the box this time, that box, and we're going to go to a height of 40 millimeters. And hit OK. Let's do the third and final extrude now. So we've got a very, very similar situation. This time we're 20 millimeters from the previous extrusion. We're going to go up 30 millimeters and we're 10 millimeters thick. So we're going to start a sketch, click on that top surface, use my middle mouse button to get that in position. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool, allow it to find and snap to the edges once, and the edges over there, click there, and put in our sizes again with our dimension tool, and we'll tell it that between there and there is 10 millimeters, and that between that point and that point there is 20 millimeters. You can finish your sketch. We can extrude, and again we have to choose which rectangle is it. It's this one right here, and this time we're only going up 30 millimeters. To fit it all on screen, I'll hit the home key right there.